Let me see your identification.
What did you say? I'll tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
My lord.
Stormtrooper! 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 Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, the return of spring, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, the White Vader to my Palpatine, leader of the Jedi Order.
Right.
Dave Martin. Hello,
Right.
Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I'm present.
That's a start.
So yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm immediately sidebarring. So watching the intro video that somebody put together, I think it was me. Yeah, I put that together.
I'd like to think so. It wasn't me, that's for sure.
All right. I'm pretty sure I did. No, so there's a picture of us last year at the Philly con.
Mm-hmm.
And when the woman who does Hera.
Yeah, we got photobombed.
Yeah, when we got photobombed. So they're doing a podcast just specifically about, they're like recapping Rebels.
Who's they?
It's her. It's her, the voice of Ezra.
Oh.
And there's like three of them. Three of the primaries
Yeah.
are going to be doing the podcast, and they're basically going to do the whole thing.
Right.
They're going to recap Rebels. So it'll be interesting. Like she has like a whole show. I remember she was telling us about it.
Oh yeah.
You know what she does for her podcast, and yeah, so they're gonna do a Rebels recap thing. And I think it's called Rebels Recap. I think that's the name of the podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw her face there. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. I think I already subscribed to it.
Okay.
So you should.
Yes.
If you're into the Rebels thing, it'll probably be good. Probably like every other podcast. It'll be like the first couple episodes are going to be like real clunky, and then they'll find their way through it and figure it out.
Oh yeah. Cool. So fuck daylight savings time.
Again,
Yeah.
it is the semi-annual
Yeah.
fuck daylight savings.
But it's the annual really bad one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think it's worse in the fall.
I'd say so.
It's worse in the fall. Like I don't mind this spring forward, even though you lose an hour of sleep. Like I don't mind it as an adult, I
Right.
guess, because I don't feel like, I don't know. Now that I just said that out loud, I wonder if you could see the reaction. Those of you watching on YouTube, look at my face. Rewind and look at my face. If you could see the existential crisis that just happened on my face when I realized that every time we spring forward, we lose an hour.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we fall back, we gain an hour, but depending on when you die, you'll never get that hour back.
That is true. Yeah. And again,
Watch my face.
it's so unnecessary at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, because case in point, 2 days before the weekend, like Thursday, before all this shit started, I went outside to go to work, and like I do every morning at the same time, it's a little before 6, and it wasn't pitch black out like it normally was. Like
Right.
you could see the sun starting to come up in the
Yes.
distance. So it was starting to correct itself anyway,
Right.
right? The sun was coming out earlier and earlier.
Yes, that's kind of how the orbit works.
Yeah, but instead of them just letting it happen naturally, they're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
here you go."
Well, now it's a fucking political thing. Now is really what it comes down to.
Why though? Why the hell is it political? This should be one of the most apolitical subjects right now.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I don't want to talk about it. Daylight savings sucks. There's no reason for it. Somebody is making money doing it.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
Somebody has to be making money.
Yeah. Or somebody's going to lose money if we change it.
I remember it smacks of the fucking Y2K.
Oh God.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think I talked about it before. The computer firm that I worked for
Mm-hmm.
when I worked at CompuCom.
Oh yeah. Maybe you might have talked about that a few times on the
Yeah.
show.
I have 5 different bosses, Bob. That Y2K scam of updating those BIOSes and putting stickers on. They made so much fucking money just for me to put a fucking floppy in the drive.
Yeah.
I didn't even most of the time I didn't even put a fucking monitor on the machines. It was like I listened to the fucking boot up, ran the thing, shut it down, and fucking put it back in the box. I'm exaggerating, but it was so mechanical and so fast. It's probably the same thing with daylight savings. Like, well, so many things have daylight savings built into them. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, if anybody out there is driving a Toyota, I guarantee you, your Toyota right now has the wrong time. Because Toyotas have those fucking it's like a staple thing in Toyotas. They have the LCD.
Oh, the old
clocks.
School.
Yeah. Like Kathy's fucking Corolla has it. And I guarantee you, it's going to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's going to be wrong. And in 90% of the vehicles in the United States right now, in the continental United States.
Yeah, I've been guilty of not setting the clock for 6 months and then just letting it correct itself when the next one rolls around.
There's no fucking way. There's no way. If it's wrong anywhere, I'll go insane. Like I'm the kind of person that has to wear a watch all the time.
Right.
And I don't know what it says about my personality or whatever. I mean, I've worn a watch pretty much every day of my life since I was like 12 years old.
Oh.
So I can't not be wearing a watch and have some awareness of what time it is.
Right.
I'll fucking fall apart. So
the more you talk about you and your quirks, it sounds so much like Kristen. Like she's got a lot of these same quirks about her. Yeah. Like the time thing is one of them.
Yeah. If you're going to display the time, it needs to be right.
Right.
Should we call the Naval Observatory right now? I still do that.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Why did set your watch to the proper time?
Yep. U.S. Naval Observatory master clock at the tone. Yeah.
So wait, is that like the clock that we here in the United States, I guess,
That's
should be
the
syncing our
standard.
shit to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I bet you if you went into your how you doing right now, it's not going to do it on that screen because this one's the primary. But yeah, you can go in there and you'll see that it can be set to the USNO atomic clock,
like on your computer.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's where it'll pull its timing from.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, atomic clock. I mean, every fucking flight I did that.
Really?
Every flight.
Even if it was only off by a few seconds?
Every flight, Jason.
My God. Well, it's good for you, I guess.
Yeah. You can be damn sure that when somebody didn't do it during a check ride, I wrote that shit down.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Anyway.
Cool. So, yeah, fuck daylight savings.
Fuck daylight savings. And Dave's a fucking lunatic. If you didn't already know.
Yeah. No spill?
Literally one drop. It's right there.
Very good. All right. So, I guess that was a long roundabout way of me asking you, what are we talking about today?
Nothing to do with daylight savings time.
Correct.
And everything to do about Lego Star Wars.
Yes.
And finishing up the
Rebuild the Galaxy.
Rebuild the Galaxy, which I was just about to call Bricking the Galaxy, which is not the title at all.
Bricking all over the galaxy.
Bricking right in its face.
My penis is so smooth.
Oh.
But yes, we're talking about the last 2 episodes, so we'll get into that when the time comes. But before we get into any of that, did you see the Andor Season 2 special look YouTube video that just came out not too long ago? It was probably last week at this point. But...
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
So we're going to probably have to watch that.
Yeah.
Because it's good. Honestly, I feel like it showed more than the teaser trailer that came out.
How long is it?
It's like 2 minutes.
My penis is so smooth.
So
rather personal question.
I figured if you hadn't seen it by now, which I had a feeling you might not have. Had a feeling you might not have.
Shh, quiet. In the background.
So I figured we'd watch it here and kind of have a bit of a rundown. See what you think about it.
Do it.
So I'm working on it. I'm doing the share screen and everything. Can you see it? It would help if you were
not
there.
as such.
All right. So let's just kick this off. This is Andor Season 2 special look that just came out a few days ago on YouTube.
All right.
From the official Disney Channel.
Give me the special look.
All right, here we go.
Emergency broadcast. If you can hear me.
We are not who we were when we started.
Imperial ships are already landing.
We need to speak out. We need to stand up.
Is there no one who can help us?
We need a pilot. A soldier.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Revolutionary movements are spontaneously happening all over the galaxy. How those come together is the stuff of our story.
If season 1 laid the track, then season 2 is the juggernaut.
The Empire cannot win.
Well, they haven't won yet.
We're building a real army.
You like that, huh?
Everywhere now.
Like that.
Galaxy of opportunities.
The insurgents have weapons at this point.
We're counting on it.
These 12 episodes are going to take us over the next 4 years into Rogue One. The complexity of the show, the possibilities of the show. It has to be all in.
Nobody's allowed in here. You're thinking like a thief. I'm thinking like a soldier. Think like a leader.
The size and scale of this production is unparalleled. The sets and the costumes are breathtaking.
Everyone does the homework. Everyone takes the time, and you can tell.
Proceed.
This is it. This is what you live for.
It's human. It's incredibly truthful. And it just happens to be in a galaxy far, far away.
Hold on, let me just go back. I just want to... just real quick, just to take another look at Adria Arjona.
To be in a galaxy far, far away.
It's the urgency of the situation. Not palpable.
Lock it down!
If we do not stand together, we will be crushed.
This is the end. Have no expectations.
Yeah, after I
Dude,
saw...
that was really fucking good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
After I saw this, I'm like, fuck, this got me way more hyped than the actual trailer that came out.
Absolutely. Well, it helps that it has TIE fighters in it, I guess, but...
Yeah. Check out this scene real quick. There's that TIE...
So it's not an interceptor. It's not a traditional interceptor. It's like some special model.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing like some experimental flights with it, and that's what Cassian snuck into.
I don't recognize it at all, which is pretty remarkable.
But the security droid whacks somebody.
This is the end.
Boom, right there on set.
Yes.
Andor with what? Alan Tudyk?
Tudyk, yeah.
Is it Alan or Andy?
Alan.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk. Yeah. So he's right there in his mocap suit. So we know K2SO is back.
Yep.
So just good shit, man. Good shit all around.
Have no expectations.
Dude, it's going to be so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Dude. It's
So, yeah, hold on, let me stop sharing. So that being said,
and I agree. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through Reign of Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it getting pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's I said this to you the other day.
Mm.
Like the first 4 chapters of it read like it could be happening present day.
Oh,
and it's very interesting, like how they tell the story, and there's a whole nother dialogue to be had about that, but it's actually it's well written. I'm definitely with it, and the narrator for the audiobook is a female. I can't think of her name, but it sounds like the person who does Mon Mothma in the show,
right,
in the Andor show. So it's like her voice, and it's just her doing like all the voices.
Sure, yeah.
So they're not all like great,
of course,
but because it's her voice and it's like that same kind of time frame, it adds legitimacy to it, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, I'm pushing through it.
All right.
So
yeah, we'll have to talk about that soon.
Yeah, you need to get started.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just going to do this while we're live.
Yeah, download that shit because it's
Audible.
I think it'll be a good lead into not only Andor season 2, but it's just good Star Wars writing.
All right, I just added it to my library. I just bought it with a credit.
There you go.
Download, and now it's downloading. 16 hours, huh?
Yeah,
almost 17. Whew, it's the long book.
That ain't nothing.
All right, fair enough. So you brought to my attention this other video,
right?
The Andor season 1 recap. Now I have not watched this yet.
I haven't either.
It's like 10 minutes long, but
yeah, it's too long to watch, I think, right now.
Yeah, but this again came out on the official Disney YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
And it's it's exactly what it says. It's a season 1 recap, 14 minutes and 7 seconds long.
Yeah, I think because weren't we talking about doing a season 1 recap?
Yeah.
So I think this video might be perfect, like capstone for what we're going to talk about.
Sure.
For that might be a good kind of, we can talk through it.
Okay. Makes sense.
You know, because if it's a recap, it's going to hit all the major things, and when we can talk about things in between it.
Yeah.
So Disney is providing us a medium to be able to do that,
and we thank them for it.
Yes. Actually, I like this concept. I like the idea of, hey, you had a show, and you're giving us a recap in your format. Like, so you're telling this story, and you're giving us these highlights that are going to lead us into the next story. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As opposed to like, we're going to tell the things that we like. We're, the things that highlight it to us, but we didn't write the story, so that we're not necessarily hitting the things that the storyteller is trying to get.
Yeah.
So I might be thinking too far into that. I have a tendency to do that. It's one of my things. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. Really, there's so many, like, it's interesting. Like the Disney Star Wars world right now is kind of, it seems like it's in a little bit of a turning point. You know,
yeah.
After the quasi announcement with Kennedy, and then I was, what was it, South by Southwest? They had some Disney stuff where they released. Was it South by Southwest?
Was it where Jon Favreau showed off the new BD droids?
Yeah, they're kind of walking around independently, and they had the Anzellan fucking riding on the one,
right?
Which I thought was great. It feels like there's a page turning right now.
Yeah,
and it's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, because I mean we've got the Favreau movie. You know, Jon Favreau's doing the Mandalorian movie. That's what part of that BD droid was all about. Because he was mentioning that they're going to be in the movie, as well as they're bringing them to the Disney parks, which I'm assuming means they're going to the Build Your Own Droid depot.
I'm sure they will, and they're just the idea that they're going to be walking around too.
Yeah,
walking around a park and you can interact with them. That'll actually be really cool.
Yeah, because they do that with R2-D2. Like, they'll have an automated R2-D2 going through and everything.
Just by himself.
Yeah, and just talking to people. I'm sure there's got to be somebody within eye distance who's controlling it, but...
I'm sure. Well, it's like at the ballpark, right? There's somebody with a remote somewhere,
right,
controlling them.
Mm-hmm.
It looked one of the big handhelds. But yeah, dude, it's exciting shit. I'm cautiously optimistic about the tone of things right now.
Yeah, same. Now, I keep going back and forth, and when I think Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out, I can't remember if it's supposed to be May or December.
It's gonna be May.
Release
I don't know. I said that like I know. I don't know.
All right, so it's May. So yeah, so we're only a year and change away from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which could be good. Yeah. Now, I will admit that I find it a little tough to get excited about it because we've already gotten the show, right? And now we're getting the movie, and allegedly we're getting a final season of the show after the movie. So I'm kind of like sitting here like, well, what's the point of the movie then? So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure we're going to be hype enough for it once we get trailers.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get us to that point where it's like, okay, let's really stoke this fire and see where we're going with the story.
Yeah.
I'm nervous though.
Yeah.
Nervous. We got a year to sweat this one out.
And again, it's Jon Favreau. It's been his baby, so I trust that he'll lead us to the promised land.
I have to trust Favreau like I trust Howie Roseman right now.
Howie Roseman
he's the GM of the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
That got us the Super Bowl because he brought all these players.
Yeah.
In magically.
Right. Yeah, trust the system.
Yeah. As I watch us lose people in free agency.
Well, that's the price of success, right? And especially in football.
Yeah.
You lose all your best players.
Indeed.
So, which is why I think the Chiefs are going to be terrible next year.
Glorious.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good for them at all. But we digress. I know we don't have a lot of football fans out there. But just admiring your new toy.
Honestly, the best part about Luke's lightsaber is the ignition.
Yeah, I mean, that initial bam.
That.
Yeah.
And the fact that all the green kyber lights that same way.
Yeah, and I feel like we talked about I don't remember if this was on the show or if this was beforehand last week, but the moment in Return of the Jedi that I remember that the most is when they're doing the speeder chases with the scout troopers, and Luke gets knocked off of his speeder.
Yeah,
stands up, picks up his lightsaber, and you hear it, bam!
Yeah,
you just hear like that nice crack and sizzle, and before he cuts the front of the guy's speeder off.
Yep, and then he goes spinning in some weird display of physics. But
it's Star Wars.
Yeah. Still, for me, is that on the sail barge, on Jabba's sail barge.
Oh yeah, when R2 shoots it off. Yeah.
The music starts to crescendo because it's flying through the air.
Yep. Yeah, because that's when the moment of the ignition is when it really kicks in with the music.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah.
I've been into the OG lately.
Yeah,
watching the original trilogy. Oh, and another sidebar.
So
on Instagram, there's some girl. Shit, I should really find her. It's not weird.
There's a girl on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, go figure.
All right, so that narrows it down to about 50 million or so, or billion, I should say.
No, she's was watching Star Wars for the first time. It's just her sitting there by herself, and she's watching it for the first time. So it's her kind of like going along with the movies, and you're watching her reaction, and it's just there's just something interesting about watching if it's legitimate, and it seems legitimate.
Yeah, because I do think a lot of those reaction ones are very overdone, and they play to the camera most of the time. But how old is this person?
I mean, she's probably in her mid to late 20s.
Okay.
I say that, and if I'm wrong, and then it's horrible to guess a woman's age.
Yeah, come to find out she's like 19.
Yeah, that's.
And then she catches wind that some podcaster called her old, and
yeah,
she goes and overdoses on something later.
That's don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, just if she shows up dead soon, you'll know why.
Oh, the fuck? Sam Darnold is going to Seattle.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jesus. All right. It's not. My Instagram feed is such a weird logarithm. Like football, baseball, football, military shit, football.
Hopefully there's some Star Wars in there.
I just military, Hershey Park, football.
While you're doing that, Bronco Fett mentioned in the chat, Bronco Fett mentioned in the chat that we got to finish Reign of the Empire.
Yes.
He's very adamant about that, which means it must end pretty well.
NASA, photography, airplanes.
This is just the point in the show where Dave just lists off everything in his Instagram feed.
Task and purpose, Ireland, some broad. I'm looking. Old Man Rocks. There's a channel called Old Man Rock. Oh my god. NASA. More military shit. Dude. It's so weird how sometimes more golf, space, Philly. So it's fascinating how these things work, right? Because like I'm scrolling through it now, and if I was taking a shit and scrolling through it, depending on where I started or what I think these logarithms actually like pay attention to what you stop and look at.
I believe it.
And then whatever you're scrolling to for the next thing is going to be different.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I give up. Anyway, so it's just she's watching it for the first time, and
what was it?
It's Kate.
Oh, this is the point in the show where one of Dave's...
Kate, you're on the show. What's that? No, it's Monday. Love you too. Bye.
Once again, point in the show where Dave's family calls him, knowing that he does the show every Monday night.
Yeah. Forgetting conveniently.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
And that's always the answer too.
Shit.
Yes. And it's not the first time.
Yeah.
Like somebody calls. Like I think it even happened with Kathy once.
Yeah,
she called you and you said she was.
She's driving home and she's like, shit.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah. So my Instagram, if I'm like looking at Lego, it could be nonstop Lego,
right?
And I'll want to see football stuff, but it won't be there because I had been looking at Lego.
Yeah.
Like just now, it was like another weird mix. So it's very strange how it works. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
But
trying to predict what you'd be interested in at that time.
Or what I mean, we're going to be talking about Star Wars a lot here in the next few minutes. So it's probably listening and we'll pick up Star Wars, and then later I'll have more Star Wars on it.
All right. Well, that being said, do we want to get into our weeks real quick?
No, you need to read Patreon because you forgot Patreon.
Fuck, that's right. I didn't. I knew something was missing from the notes. So give me a second.
See, talking about me and the teleprompter. Like,
well, there's nothing on the teleprompter for me to read. That's
I know.
The problem.
See, you weren't. It wasn't on a teleprompter, so you didn't read it.
Right.
And I'm still like, the reason I'm still in like pre-show like banter mode is because you never got to the Patreon thing. That's why I'm still off on a tangent. It's your fault, Jason.
It's all my fault.
It's his fault.
Oh, man. Well, before I get into the reads, I just want y'all to know that we have acquired enough Patreon funds to now we're going to be getting brand new headphones.
Hell yeah.
Because we've got some old ones that we've been working on for years now, and they're like literally falling apart.
Yeah, they are.
So yeah, we're going to be getting new ones with the Patreon money that you folks out there so graciously donated to us. And
you're the best. We love you.
That being said,
all of you.
We're looking for some ideas. So if anybody has any good ideas for professional headphones that we can use for the podcast, any of you audiophiles out there, then please let us know, especially the Swede and Helmet Fire types. So, yeah, let us know. Anyway, we'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Don Solsky, Helen Martin, Shotgun Mark, Nick from Swede Studios, Scott and Kim from Used and Abused, Catherine Rennick, Tina Land, Wally Frogmore, my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein. I wonder if I stopped doing that, if she'd stop being a patron. Because that was the deal, was that she would be a patron if I read my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein.
Well, you're going to keep doing it, Jason.
All right, so I can't stop and just see what happens?
Nope. And if for some reason you did stop, I'll add it as a drop, and we'll just fucking add it to the end of
it. Just so we can keep that.
Right.
All right.
My penis is so smooth.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Lord Helmet Fire, The Orange and Pet Show, Carly Vickers, David Schmuck, Chantal from Pop My Culture. Haven't seen or heard from her in a while. She's still alive out there?
Yeah, I think I've seen some message traffic on the ATSW group chat.
Okay. Kristen Roscom, Sterling Azier, Dragon Buddy, Frederick Martin, and Nicholas Schaefer. If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this. And sidebar
headlines. This coming Thursday night, we will have a warm blood moon in our sky. The full lunar eclipse will be visible throughout the continental U.S., pending local weather, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
On the East Coast, totality begins at 2:26 a.m. and continue to 3:32 a.m. on Friday morning. Put your phone down and look up. Well, I think you're going to have to wake up.
Right.
Like for our listener base, honestly, it's really going to be a matter of like staying awake.
Mm-hmm.
Because, listen, 50 is hitting me like a goddamn like SEPTA right now.
Uh-huh.
And the train is hitting me and it's dragging me over every single fucking railroad tie.
Mm-hmm.
Staying up until 2 a.m. I'll feel that for 3 days.
Yeah, well, you got to look. See, you could do it one way, staying up late, or you can just wake up early, because my ass is in bed by around 11 or 8 p.m. most nights anyway. So for me, that would just be getting up a couple hours early.
See, I'm having trouble. I generally speaking have trouble sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when I'm stressed out, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Like I stay up until I'm like passing out, and that usually happens about like midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like by midnight, I'm at a point where if I was like snacking on something, I would like fall asleep with it like in my mouth in the middle of chewing.
Uh-huh.
Like when I get to that point, then I'm like, okay, now I can go to bed.
Right.
But before then, if I try to lay down, I won't fall asleep.
No shit.
Like it doesn't shut down.
Mm.
I go from like it's like a if you have a battery powered vacuum.
Mm.
Now you have a battery powered vacuum, and it's like it'll be working and it'll be working. All of a sudden, it just stop.
Mm.
That's my energy cell.
Okay.
Like it'll keep going, and it'll start to lose a little bit of performance, and all of a sudden, just no, it's not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
That's my internal energy cell.
Huh. All right.
So, but yes, Luna Girl says totality at 2:26 a.m. for Thursday, and I haven't looked at the weather. But that could be cool. Thursday into Friday.
Yes, Thursday night, Friday morning. Well, we've got partly cloudy those days.
Mm.
Well, actually, no, mostly sunny on Friday, partly sunny on Thursday. but no rain or anything in the forecast. So it's a pretty good chance that we'll get to see it.
I'll tell you, that'll be. Oh, we'll have to connect up with Helmet Fire and see if he's going to get some. I don't know if he can, if his rig, if it tracks fast enough to get the moon. Yeah, it must, because we did the eclipse. We used it for the eclipse. I don't know. More to follow.
Okay. All right. Anything else for sidebar headlines?
That was it.
Okay. Now we can get into our weeks as we are on.
We can get into our weeks in a second.
Oh boy, Dave's got some more sidebars.
No. It's not really a sidebar. It's more about like I just want to say how fucking like how so totally just proud I am of Swede.
Oh
for like the. Like proud's a weird word to use.
Yeah, it's like he's not your son or something,
right?
You know?
It's not like a parent-child thing. It's more like seeing him and Till the End is the name of the band. Follow them on YouTube and support them, and you will do it. And there's stuff at the end that Luna Girl put in there, but. Just following the adventure of him getting over there and them making music in front of a live audience. And that was the first time they had actually played in the same room together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've all the stuff that they've done, via different tracks, and then Swede puts all that together.
Yeah.
So the music you're hearing, like he's producing all that.
Wow.
And, to get there, and be able to play together to a live audience for the first time is fucking remarkable.
Yeah.
It just is. And then the cool shit with the thanks, Luna Girl. The cool shit with the fucking filming their next video in a cool location. I'm not going to give it away. I'll let them do that. But just fucking cool. Just cool to know. It's kind of like I've never had that like I never had musician like in my repertoire.
Right.
Like that's one thing I'd never had. And it's just really cool to see it. Like somebody of our age be able to go and like follow their passion to that level.
Yeah.
That
absolutely.
they're going and are fucking doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So congrats to Swede and to the band Till the End on their first live show. And I'm sure there's going to be more.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's good stuff.
So I just wanted to get that out there.
All right. Cool.
We'll talk more at the end too, but yeah.
Okay, sure. Getting back to the show, can we get into our weeks now?
Yes.
Do you have anything else?
I'm sure I have other things, but you should get into your week.
Well, there's really not much to say. I haven't been doing a goddamn thing, and quite frankly, I found that life has gotten kind of boring for me, which is not good. But it's not like a depression thing. Like all that's fine thanks to my meds, but I feel I'm not getting much enjoyment out of life right now. We had our Disney trip, which was great. But before and after that, I just feel like I'm kind of wasting away every day. Like I'm just basically passing time until I die.
Yeah.
Because I'm finding it hard to get passionate about anything. Like I can't really get into like a video game or something that I can get really passionate about and like stick with and, play that for a long time or read a book or do anything else like watch a TV show or something. It's just I can't find the passion or desire to actually get into something like that and get excited about it.
Yeah.
And I do think a lot of that is because of my medications, because my medications kind of like dull everything about me. Because we've talked before the show about certain people's anger like being very close to the surface, but thankfully having the wall there because of the meds.
We're talking about me.
Yeah. But no, I feel kind of the same way, but sort of different. Like I feel like it's trapping me in this little room where I'm just sitting there and just kind of just not really doing much of anything. So it's dulled my It's dulled my enjoyment of reality. In addition to dulling all of the bad stuff about me,
right?
You know, it dulls everything else as well.
Dude, I feel that. I really do. I think the ADHD for me doesn't let me focus on one thing either.
Mm-hmm.
Like that bit with the like trying to enjoy like things.
Yeah.
Like trying to enjoy the moment because this is this is the only time for that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 2 tracks running constantly in my brain,
mm-hmm. where
there's the logic track,
mm-hmm.
and which is like the temp. It should be establishing the tempo for like how my life is. It's
mm-hmm.
like it's the one that I use when I'm telling and helping other people.
Right.
And then there's the other side that's the one that's like screaming and running around in a circle and wants to hit people. Right. And it's just this constant battle. Like I'm speaking metaphorically. I don't have a personality disorder. Maybe. I don't dig too deeply into that. The voices.
Yeah.
But I feel that, like, and I think that's why with Lego there's a creative element to it, and I think that's why I can go do that, and I can get multiple things out of it.
Okay.
There's a tactile thing to it, like where if I'm sorting, there'll be days where that's all I'll do.
Right.
So I'll just sort through Lego. There'll be like I'll put a movie on in the background. And I'll just sort through Lego.
Okay.
Just do that. And if I feel like right now I'm in the middle of building like this scene. The problem is I'm like not interested in it now. Like so I have to finish it.
Like you started it with good intents, but then it kind of fell off, sort of.
Oh, dude, I started building, and I'm like, oh, I need road pieces, and I knew I had at least 5 pieces of road, right? Like you do.
Okay.
And I could only find one.
Oh.
So where is this road? So I fucking digging around in the container, couldn't find it. Like it would be in that container. So can't find it in there. I go upstairs. I've got like 2 big bins with like the sets that are combined are like in Ziploc bags. So I'm like looking through the bags and going through that 2 big, the Costco black and yellows.
Oh yeah.
Looked all through there, can't find them. Go back downstairs, digging through a fucking 15-gallon container, and just eventually said fuck it and just dumped it out on the floor.
Oh God.
So now I'm on the floor with these fucking Legos, and I can't find these road pieces, and I was going through them to the point where I had to go to the bathroom, but I wasn't going because I'm like, I'm gonna find these fucking things.
Yeah.
And then it became an emergency. So I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go to the bathroom. I get up to go to the bathroom, and I look over, and I have Indiana Jones thing built. It's like them in the tunnel with the plane going by.
Yeah, yeah.
That's 2 road pieces right there.
Oh.
And then I realized, I used one of those road pieces because I built a TIE Fighter like simulator. Like, it's one road piece and it's built off in the top of that. Then there's 3, and there's the 4th one that I'm using. I'm like, and then I know where the 5th one is. So it's like, motherfucker, I like 2 hours of me searching. And I used it already. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. And I don't know why I was fucking searching so hard for something that I used. But Where was I going with that?
I don't know. We were talking about how life got boring, and though you found a passion, something to.
Well, no, so it's one of those things where when you do find something, it needs to stimulate you in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Like that. A problem with video games is you're only getting one thing out of it, and if you're not stimulated in another way, then you're not going to be drawn to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that I'm also very solitary too.
Yeah.
Like I need to go like inside myself to kind of get recaged.
Mhm.
I don't know how it is for you, but I'll stop at talk about the sorting. Excuse me. I'll stop at the Lego store in Maple Shade where they have the big area for Lego.
Yeah.
And I'll just sort in there. I'll be looking for pieces, and I'll be in there for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I might buy, $8 worth of Lego.
Yeah.
But I'll have been in there for an hour.
Okay.
And that'll be enough for that day. And I might not even build anything with it right away. I mean, I have an idea of parts I need, and some stuff I actually have written down.
Sure.
But for the most part, I'm just looking for pieces.
Yeah.
And that's enough. Or if I'm actually building something, or I'm like searching for something, or going online, it's just one of those things. I'm not saying you need to get into Lego. I don't wish that on you.
Right.
But it's that thing that's going to stimulate you in multiple ways.
Yeah.
When you're doing it.
Well, and one of the things that used to always be that for me was Magic the Gathering. I've got a shitload of cards. I'd constantly be sorting cards, making decks, doing all this stuff. Even that, I'm just finding not, stimulating me anymore, and kind of avoiding doing things like that. So it's tough.
You need somebody else to do it. That's the problem. Like, you can't just play Magic the Gathering by yourself.
No. But yeah. I don't know.
That good recommendations in the chat, by the way. Keep them coming with like going camping or going hiking is a good one.
Yeah, but that requires me getting off of my ass and actually going and doing something.
It does.
Yeah. Which I find that a challenge as well.
Yeah, facts. Big facts.
Yeah. It's why I'm gaining so much weight, because like the only thing I'm getting pleasure out of anymore is eating.
Oh, it's so delicious. Food is so good.
I know.
I miss bread so bad. Like real bread.
Oh yeah. So you're still on the gluten-free thing, huh?
I'm still on the gluten-free thing.
Wow. I commend you for sticking with it.
I have to thank Kathy for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like she makes it easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on Sundays we get hoagies from Heritages because that's where we get our lunch meat from. And the bread they use is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And I have to look at this bread, this delicious, delicious bread, and I'm not eating it. And I have to like look at it. I give some to Holly, because, and I say every time, it's like somebody's got to enjoy this fucking good ass bread. So at least the dog's getting some of it.
Yeah.
But oh my god, eating is like, even cooking is something too. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna eat, you might as well cook something.
Which I actually did. I actually made a meal on Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah?
Yeah. Made my mom's famous enchiladas.
Nice.
Yeah. They didn't turn out as good as hers, but
well, I mean, obviously.
I'm going to keep working on it.
We've had those. We've had those here.
Yeah.
When we were doing our dinner thing.
Yeah, Kristen made them. She makes them better than me, but I'm still trying.
Yeah, see? So that's the thing. You could be researching food.
Yeah.
I mean, most days you probably don't get home in time to like cook reasonably.
Yeah, not
but you
really.
can on the weekends.
Yeah, which is what I did this last weekend. So,
because there's a planning aspect to that, like.
Yeah, because I had to look up the ingredients list and the preparation instructions and
stop at the Wegmans and get like fresh stuff.
Yeah, I went to ShopRite this time. It's better than Walmart because
yeah,
we've been getting groceries from Walmart and it's like not good.
Not the like produce and stuff.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No, like I mean, otherwise, I mean, it is like it all comes from the same place, but like the produce, there's a marked difference between what you're getting at, like, I don't know, if you even just like Produce Junction, like down the road, like if you want to like good fresh produce, like go in there, it's a huge difference. It's weird how it works out.
Yeah,
but at Sam's Club and probably at Costco too, I would imagine. Like I don't think that even though it's there in bulk, I think their food keeps really well. Like the fruits and vegetables and stuff is is all really fresh. There's not like
there's good quality to it.
Yeah, which is weird because it's there in bulk. You would think it would be worse. I was thinking about that this weekend because I go to Sam's Club every Sunday, and very regimented. Anyway, but yeah, I go in there and it's like, how do they get all this? Like, where's all this come from? There's so many fucking tangerines.
I wonder about
like,
that.
Oh my God, where are all these tangerines coming from?
Yeah,
like
it means there's got to be somewhere out there that's just mass producing these things. Like
background of the Truman Show, just fucking going, just fucking pumping out tangerines so they can put them in bags and have them in these fucking stores for us to walk by and not buy.
Right.
Oh, it's just fucking weird. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a way to make life exciting.
And with the weather getting nicer, like
that's going to contribute.
Help.
Yeah,
it's going to help
100%. So before I turn it over to you, I did want to show you something.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it. So when we got to our Disney hotel, we got this little pamphlet, right?
Nice.
Talking all about like the stuff that's there, mostly like ads for restaurants and shit.
Uh-huh.
And then there was one page that I turned to and I got a real laugh out of. And I don't know if it was meant to be this way or what, but it's this it's a dining thing and it's talking about a dessert. And there's this cast member, employee, who is squirting all of this whipped cream on top of their on top of these kids' dessert. But the look on the lady's face as she's doing this, she looks insane. So I'm going to show it to you first before showing the people. Look at that bottom one. And look at the look on the face of the lady that's pouring the whipped cream.
God.
She's like, ah! Now, I'll show it to the people, see how well you can see it. Look at that.
Yeah, she does look pretty maniacal there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a large
look at
pile
all
of
look at that whipped
topping.
cream. Look at that. And she's just,
more! I'm gonna give you more!
Yeah, I saw this as I was flipping through the pamphlet on the first day, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the funniest fucking thing. I gotta keep that.
So she's actually doing whippets before she
right.
fucking...
Yeah, she takes the cap off, she snorts the beginning of that gas. I thought that was hilarious. In being in this Disney pamphlet.
Right.
It was good.
Like, hey kids, do you want to get like terrified by some apparent crackhead that's fucking giving us our whipped cream today?
Yeah. So there was one other thing. You know how I've been ordering these G.I. Joe figures, these new old school.
Yeah.
Well, there's some more came in. Did I show you Serpentor?
No.
Well, there's Serpentor.
Oh my God.
And
my God, this is it's like a fucking time capsule.
Yeah. Because they make the figures as fairly accurate as possible. Some of them they made quite different, like the Tomax and Samot. They put them in like business suits for reasons. But like Serpentor, he looks just like the one from before, maybe just a little more detailed. But yeah, that's him.
Right.
He's in an old school G.I. Joe package. And it's not these fucking new ones that they've been putting on the shelves that they're trying to hawk off to people, where they're those very crude looking ones where the arms don't bend or anything like that. No,
Right.
this is the original O-ring style G.I. Joe, where the legs bend, the arms bend, the crotch moves around, the head swivels.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I did get that a while back and forgot to mention something on the show.
Nice. Did you see, speaking of retro toys, across my, I think it was on my YouTube feed, that Hasbro is doing a re-release of like Mask?
I did see that, like new figures, right? Like newer, more modern looking figures.
Yeah, they're a little bit more modern, but the like true to the basically it looks the same, like the engineering, like how the doors and stuff open for the original vehicles. But it like you're looking at like it's Mask. It's like, oh hey, shit, there it is.
Yeah.
But did you watch that video?
No, I just saw screenshots from it.
It was no, it was Ricky. Ricky, my cousin, Rick. He posted in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
So if you're in our Discord channel, I think he posted it under the basement, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on YouTube. Look for it. I think the guy does Transformers reviews. I think it was at a con, and he interviewed the Hasbro guy, and he kind of went through it.
Okay.
So they were the what do you call the models that are
prototypes?
Prototypes. Thank you. Yeah, they're like some of the paint's going to be different or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like the engineering, it's like it's not the like greatest thing ever, but like Mask is just one of those things where like, oh man, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the prices are it's going to be a little bit too pricey for me to just have that nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
But Mask, like getting like trying to find it on eBay,
like the originals.
Yeah, they're fucking expensive, dude.
I believe it. Well, because they weren't that prevalent. Because Mask is an interesting thing because we all remember it,
right?
Right. Most of us even had one of the toys. Like I had the red car, and the dude that came with that one. I didn't have anything else.
I had the bike.
Okay.
The dude on a bike, and I think Ricky had the he had the Trans Am.
Okay.
With the DeLorean doors.
Yeah, that's the one I had, I think. But either way, like we all know it, we all remember it, but it was not around for that long. Like I think it only lasted a season in one toy line, because it just wasn't as popular. And this, you got to remember, this is the time when that shit was at an all-time high. Like fucking, He-Man, the cartoon, and the fucking TV show going at the same time. G.I. Joe, cartoon and toys. G.I. Joe, the cartoon and toys, fucking, all of this stuff that was out there at the time. Thundercats, Thundercats. Ah! Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. These toy companies were making shows to sell their fucking toys. And Mask was no different. There was just somebody else like, okay, well, let's make this new Mask show and fucking
right. And conceptually, it's so ridiculous. Like, all right, we're gonna put on these like scuba helmets and like fight crime with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you need the helmets? Like,
right.
Why? It seems
you need them to pilot your vehicles.
Right.
That's what
it seems arbitrary.
Yeah.
It seems really cumbersome.
Pretty much just a gimmick.
Right.
Right.
But we were like, oh yeah, we want those.
Yeah. And we remember that, even though again it was not around for very long.
Yeah, those of us that now we have disposable income, and we just want to stare at them.
Yeah,
like yes, I remember that. I remember playing with that,
and
I want to stare at it and play and probably play with it.
Right.
Speaking of, I caught myself playing with the Lego, like. Playing with it, not in a weird way.
Which Lego thing?
It was the N1 Starfighter.
Okay,
because I had taken it out of the display, the hangar display that I'm building for the X-wing, and it's a couple other things that are in there. Again, join our Discord channel. You can see the one picture I posted. But I was like, just flying it around a little bit,
like a Lord Helmet kind of thing,
right?
Oh, your helmet is so big. Yes,
yes, exactly. That was exactly it. No, it's just flying around. It was a moment, and afterwards I'm like, 50.
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus.
But hey, I'm like, I have the things. I might as well fucking enjoy it, right?
Hell yeah.
Like
I have you now.
I have you now. I want to, yeah. There's so many like little scenes that I wanted to do for Lego. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that's pretty much all my week though. Had a couple of things to show you, and really not much else. So I turn it over to you, good sir.
So I actually got this last week.
Star Wars Made Easy.
Yeah, I picked it up at the GW.
Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it's got good content.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't really even thumb through it a whole lot. I was just like, oh, this would be a neat thing to like have on the shelf.
Yeah,
you know, in the
sacred Jedi
text.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like getting you caught up with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like the who's who and who they're about, and
yeah, it was a cool little book, and it cost like a couple of bucks, and I was like, oh, hey, look at that!
That's a trap!
That's a trap! I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I figured if we encounter some non-Star Wars people, and like, hey, we really need to get them. Like, here you go. Here's a little starter book for you.
There you go.
And you can. This is kind of what made me think about that girl on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
that's watching it for the first time. It's almost like here's a little starter guide.
Huh.
But anyway, the other thing, and it's just something that was kicking around in my bag. You talking about things that I've been meaning to take out and put on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I bought off of eBay some. It was one Empire logo.
Oh,
one logo embroidered in the coyote color.
Yeah,
to wear on my multicam jacket.
And
so why I kept this was, you get buy something off of eBay, and when I sell something on eBay, I never put this in there, like this receipt in there, because I don't know, I just throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even I don't need the receipt. This is eBay. I just got a fucking Ziploc bag of Legos from you. I don't need the receipt.
Right.
I don't need the paperwork.
Mm.
But this guy, like, he printed it out, and then he wrote on there, for the Empire. Thanks, David. Best, Rick and Des. Yes.
I thought it said Wes.
It might have been Wes. But, yeah. I just thought it was a nice little... his store is Stitch Rich and the Lucky 38. So they had a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff on there.
Huh.
So if you find yourself wanting, there you go. Scan their QR code, tell them we sent you, and they'll have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I never mentioned I was a Star Wars show or anything else.
Right.
But I like that little. There's so little of that extra bit of customer interaction.
Yeah.
In this world, like so often, nobody gives a fuck about your customer experience.
Yeah, because the internet's taken most of that away.
Yeah, between the internet and just people in general, just not giving a fuck about their jobs or their level of experience. Like, oh, hey, you've been assigned to do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Here's your assigned task, and so many people are like, this is so beneath me. I don't know why I'm doing this. Well, you're getting paid to do it, so shut up, put your fucking phone down, and do your job.
Yeah.
Do your fucking job. And take some fucking pride in your work. There's not enough of that.
No.
And so the sad part is when you see even just that small, so small.
My penis so smooth.
when you see that, and it's like that little extra is important.
Yeah.
I think anymore.
Kind of let you know that there's an actual human being on the other side there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, thanks for being a customer. And it was handwritten too. It wasn't like, people put cards and put stickers and stuff if you buy something on Etsy. And it's a great idea to put something, additional in there.
Sure.
But a little handwritten thing on a receipt like that, to me as a customer, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that level of effort for something that it certainly wasn't required. And for me, when I'm not trying to make money selling stuff.
Right.
So I'm not running a store. I'm more running it's more like a clearinghouse.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get rid of shit. So take this off of my hands.
Yeah.
So, but I, at some point I probably should be thinking more like a business person and doing those things. I know what I appreciate and I should be doing those things, but I don't care if they're a repeat customer. I just want this stuff gone.
Yeah.
Like putting it on the curb is effectively the same thing. It gets out of my AOR.
Yeah, out of your life.
Yeah. As far as a week, it's another week of getting my dick kicked in at work. So that's been tough, and obviously it's stressful. What? There was something interesting. Something. Don't remember. Nope.
Would have helped if you wrote it down.
It would have. It would have indeed. Maybe I did write it down. Hang on a sec. Wait a tick. I have a magic little book that I have to write shit down in because otherwise Dave's brain stops working.
Yeah.
Let's see. Upload tax stuff. Didn't do that yet.
Oh, fuck. I just got to do my taxes.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have somebody that does it. I just need to upload the shit. So everyone is watching. Remind me to fucking do that.
Okay.
That's not stuff to talk about on here. It's fucking air show shit. I don't remember. Anyway, I've been having a good time letting out my aviation nerddom on our Discord server. I know I don't know how often you go on there on our Discord server, but I made an aviation specific one, like an aviation discussion kind of area.
Sure.
Because there has been a lot of things happening.
Yeah. With all the recent incidents.
Yeah. And it's not that there's been more incidents. It's just been more coverage.
Yes.
And with more coverage, it makes it seem like there's more happening.
Yeah. Which the thing that kicked all this off, nobody even talks about it anymore. The plane and the helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah. It's old news now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you're remember Space Shuttle Challenger when it blew up.
Oh, I remember.
Even that died off, the news coverage and everything else. Even though so many people saw it live and everything else, and somehow that level of tragedy somehow moves to the background.
Yeah. I mean, it was the big news story for, that little bit of time.
Yeah.
It's like all anybody was talking about. But then, yeah, life goes on, I guess, for better or worse.
What was I trying to do just now? What was I doing?
Looking in your book?
No, I was doing this.
Oh, yeah. Aviation talk in the Discord?
Yeah. So I was going to share the screen, but I don't feel like it now. This is for Jason's benefit since he never goes in here. But yeah, so there's an aviation sidebar in there and aviation analysis by Dave. And honestly, if you have questions about aviation related stuff, throw it in there and I will puke out some long-winded Dave answer. Honestly, you would have thought this was fucking hilarious. Look at this answer that I put. She put this. Look at all the shit I gave.
What was the original picture?
So it was just a FedEx jet took a bird, one of the motors.
Oh, I think I saw the video of that, right?
Yeah.
That's where the engine was on fire as it's coming in.
Yeah, going into Newark.
Yeah.
So I basically talked through that entire like thing.
Oh.
And yeah.
Engine out checklist and all that.
Right. I didn't get down to the, setting the aileron trim or anything like that. I left that alone.
Okay.
But I did talk about things like, the fan section and, what part of the engine it actually goes through, and put some links to some videos for testing of engines and why it would look like it's on fire and what a contained and uncontained would look like.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. So yeah, I sat at the kitchen table and fucking banged out a bunch of fucking shit. And yeah, because I like doing that. And so if you have something aviation related, I am more than willing to entertain it.
Excellent.
So yeah, join our Discord server, and you too can get more of an education about airplanes than you cared for. That's it, man. It's just been work, and I've been putzing with Lego and more work.
Yeah. Work is always the thing.
Yep.
I thought we weren't supposed to work when we got old. What the fuck?
Apparently we're not old yet, depending on who you ask.
I feel it sometimes.
I'd feel it all the time.
Yeah. All right. So do we want to get into Rebuild the Galaxy? Finish this up?
Yeah, let's finish this up.
Okay.
Let's speaking of Lego, let's get in it.
Yeah. So when we last left our heroes, they were being surrounded by the new Sith, your Darth Jar Jar, your Darth Rey,
Right.
Darth Tico. They had an Ewok Sith, or
Right.
not an Ewok, Jawa Sith,
Mm-hmm.
and some little like blue teddy bear
Well-
that I think is from like one of the kids shows.
Yeah, Ewoks were the
Bounty
hunters.
hunters. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that teddy bear from? I forget.
I think it's from that kid show that they've been pumping that I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Anyway, regardless, because this is all about the cornerstone, right? We're still fighting over the cornerstone.
Right.
That I guess, whoever gets control of it can rebuild the galaxy however they like.
Right.
And of course, Dev, the evil brother, wants it so he can, do evil things with it.
He wants to rebuild the galaxy in his view.
Right. Whereas our main character, Sig, he's just trying to turn the galaxy back to the way it was before
Right.
he, pulled that thing out in the first place.
Luna Girl said, "Young Jedi Adventures is where the teddy bear's from."
Yeah.
Thank you, Luna Girl.
And so yeah, they're fighting over the cornerstone. The good brother wants to return the galaxy back to the way it was, which is our prime Star Wars galaxy, right? The one where, Luke Skywalker redeemed his father, and where Rey came in and did all the strong female stuff. So as they're fighting for this cornerstone and like all these Sith are surrounding them, fucking Dev finally gets it for a second. He's got it in his hand because he was able to like force grab it from somebody. I don't remember. And before he gets to do anything, fucking Luke swoops in a fucking in a pod racer,
Right.
and like turns upside down and yoink, grabs it from the guy as he's holding it up in the air.
Yep. And you get this like, oh, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. So now Luke, Beach Luke is back on the good side.
Mm-hmm.
So he's helping them out. This is when the Dark Millennium Falcon takes off with Dev in it, and he gives the whole now witness the fully this full and armed operational, Dark Falcon or whatever.
Right.
And that's when you get the Death Star beam, because you had mentioned that last episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, the Death Star beam that comes out of the Falcon, right?
Yeah. Remember that Dave was ready to do all 4 episodes last week.
Yes. So now I finally saw that, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's all making sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that dark Millennium Falcon, like when you rewatch this, it's like, man, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah. How much is the actual toy for that?
Is
that like a multi-$100 thing?
I think it was like when it first came out, I think it was probably $140 to $200 for that, because it's like this big.
Okay, so it's not the full.
No. It's so that I think I mentioned it last week. The one I have on display underneath the TV in the bottom shelf, when I have the X-wing and then the Falcon like that.
Yeah,
it's that. It's just in black.
Okay.
So it's that. So it's a reasonable size.
Yeah.
As opposed to a fucking Gigunda one that you need to build a fucking coffee table around.
Mm-hmm. And it comes with some of those minifigures too, right? Doesn't it come with the Dark Ray? And
I think from what Luna Girl was saying, it comes with all of them. Chris Forsyth says it was $225.
Okay.
So it's a good looking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and unfortunately, that's one of those. The Falcon's one of those vehicles that I think I'd have a tough time piecing out and keeping it under $225.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because some vehicles you can just be like, oh, I'm just going to download the instructions and I'll build it from
all my parts.
Yeah, from parts.
Yeah.
That one would be tough.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's all kinds of complicated pieces in there.
Yeah, well, it's the unique pieces
that
get you. Like, there's some stuff that's just molded for that.
Mm-hmm.
In that color too.
Yeah.
Like, I have some random Falcon pieces that I've just collected from Goodwill, dumpster diving, basically.
Yeah.
But they're not in black, so it wouldn't work.
Right.
So, I don't know. I work in black.
I only work in black.
And really dark gray.
The Dark Knight. Harvey Dent. Can we trust him? So anyway, we're back where they're under fire from the Dark Falcon. And I love this part because they're all like running away trying to figure out, well, fucking Servo is just like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Right.
As they're all getting shot at.
That's probably what I would have done. Like, God, look at that.
Yeah. And they go down into a trash, not a compactor, or it might have been a compactor, but into a trash chute.
Right.
And I love how fucking Sig just throws Strong Female in there. He just grabs it and fucking, yeah! Which I got a good kick out of. And then they all ended up in there, and Darth Jar Jar is down there on the other side of the door waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
"It was always me."
Yeah, he's like, Misa, the Phantom Menace. Misa was always the Phantom Menace.
Right.
So some more good inside jokes, which, God, this thing is just so full of those types of jokes. Ones that, only those of us hardcore Star Wars fans who've been around, read all the theories and do all of this would really understand. Because I'm sure some casual viewer who's just seen the movies and doesn't do all the extra research and everything, they're like, why is Jar Jar a Sith? Well, this goes back to this theory that was once presented online about Jar Jar being a Sith, and then it kind of snowballed, and here we are. Disney's even accepting the theory.
Because why not?
Yep. So good stuff. They decide to leave Tatooine. So the ship that they leave on is Luke's speeder, except it's now a spaceship.
Right.
It's got the dome cockpit there, but everything else about it is Luke's speeder from Tatooine.
It's the same speeder.
Yeah.
The one that they just since the T-38s have come out, they just don't they care anymore? Is it a T-38?
I can't
T-38 speeder. Shit. I must know.
All right. Well, Dave's going to go look up that scene real quick. And while he's doing that, yeah, Luke's speeder is a spaceship, which I thought was hilarious. And then we get to the Jedi stronghold, which I really want to talk about. Because in this, the Jedi are still around, but they're kind of in their own little hiding spot because, again, the galaxy's taken over by Sith. So, for the Sith side, we had, the people who were normally good, your Jar Jars, your Rey, Rose Tico, all of these, the bear from that Young Jedi show. And now we get to see what the Jedi in this universe look like. And it starts off with fucking White Vader.
Right.
So the White Vader that I have the Black Series figure for,
right,
the one from the comic that we read like way early on in the very beginning of the podcast, where it was the sort of what if comics, and where at the end Vader became a good guy, he didn't die, and he changed his whole armor to white. So that's another thing from Legends material that they've kind of embraced in this Rebuild the Galaxy. But well, first of all, let's talk about the stronghold itself. It's it's like one of the Jawa land speeders or sand crawlers,
right?
But it's got AT-AT legs.
Yeah.
So it's walking with the legs, but it's got kind of
the really ungainly.
Yeah, and it's like pieces are constantly falling off. It looks like. So yeah, it was pretty funny because everything in this, like all the vehicles, all the ships, seem to be a hybrid of something.
Yep.
Right. They got to take one thing and mix it with another, and
yeah, like I took them home, but we showed last week the
X-tie,
the X-ties, and I don't know if they made the Sandcrawler version of this AT-AT.
Yeah, probably not.
But I believe I liked the ability to be able to change out the wings. It was kind of ingenious having just you pull a pin,
and
you're able to swap them back and forth. I just, for something that came out the end of last year, and we're just kind of discovering now, I'm like, man, I wish we had come across this sooner.
I know, right?
It would have been a little bit more timely. I'm looking at the Dark Falcon right now, like the Lego instructions. I don't know how I'm not going to try and get this. Honestly,
it's pretty sweet.
It's like,
but you got to get those.
Look at the inside of it.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's like the exterior, that black, the like shiny, polished looking black. Oh, so good.
Which is a bitch to keep clean.
Oh, I have no doubt.
I have so much compressed air, like cans of compressed air at home.
Mm-hmm.
Compressed air and fucking acid brushes.
Yeah. So anyway, let's run down the list of the Jedi Council. So we started off with White Vader, who was talking to Palpatine, who is the leader of the Jedi Council. We've got Jabba the Hutt. I'm assuming that's Jabba. It's a Hutt. And based on who everybody else is.
It's got to be Jabba.
Yeah. We got Cad Bane in there, fucking Dooku, an IG unit, either 88 or 11, fucking Lobot.
Right.
Lando's guy, or you've got, for some reason, they threw that Jonna chick in there, the one from Rise of Skywalker, the gal who rode the weird beasts on the wing of the Star Destroyer.
The Lando's daughter.
Yes. Yeah. Which we just need to get confirmation on that already. They've teased it enough.
Yeah.
Yes, this is egg yolk on my notes, by the way. Had one of those burgers that has the egg on it, and we had it DoorDashed for lunch today. So as I'm taking notes, I'm eating my burger over it, and I dropped some of my egg yolk on there. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, great Jedi Council though, and it's run by Palpatine, which is fucking hilarious. Especially when he gets into some of his dialogue later on. But yeah, I love the fact that they put him in there as the leader of the Jedi. And as they're doing their good guy stuff, we have a flash to Dev where he's talking to a couple of the Sith Lords, and he mentions that there's a spy. I'm the spy. That he has a spy embedded within this group of people. So it's something to keep an eye out for later. And so Leia shows up at this point in what looks to me like Kylo Ren's ship. Like, I couldn't tell if it was merged with anything else, but it was definitely the wings of the Kylo Ren ship.
Like that kind of the smushed profile of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else was different, honestly, from it. It just seemed a little bit lighter. It wasn't black.
Yeah.
It was just different.
Yes. And but she showed up in that to to basically, because she's the leader of the rebellion, and for some reason the rebellion wasn't getting involved up to this point, but now she's decided, okay, you guys sound like you're legit, so I'm gonna come and
Leia was actually fairly normal in comparison to, like, she was on brand.
Yes, and the voice actress was pretty good too. Whoever did her voice.
Oh yeah, I don't probably. It's the X-34 land speeder, by the way, not T-38.
Right, the T-38's the thing he used to bullseye womp rats with back home.
No, that was a T-16.
Shit. So which one's the T-38?
Besides it being a trainer aircraft for pilots.
Oh, maybe that's where we were getting confused.
Yeah.
All right. See, this is what happens when you get old, people.
Yeah.
You know, we can be the biggest fucking Star Wars nerds in the world, but you know, some of this shit starts to fade.
It starts. Those penguins start to drown, man.
Yeah. So it just means we got to refresh. We got to rewatch the movies, I think. Anyway.
Well, even when you do rewatch them, it still doesn't
quite kick off all the dust.
Yeah, the penguins come up to the surface and they enjoy the movie, and then they go back down.
Damn. This is what's getting old is like.
So much penguins.
When Leia arrives, she's actually with Maul, because if you remember back in one of the previous episodes, Maul showed up and was trying to help.
Right.
A strong female.
Yeah, and Sig was like, "No, he's a bad guy. Get the fuck away from him."
Right. Yeah. So that comes back around, and Maul's like, "Yes, I brought the rebellion to you."
Right. All smiley.
Yeah.
Isn't he wearing like a fucking Hawaiian shirt or something?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very not Maul, but this universe is Maul, which is pretty funny, and still voiced by what's his name, Sam Witwer, which is hilarious.
Wheaton.
Yeah.
I wonder if they made so the figures that come with the dark. Man, it's just so cool. Oh my God.
The Falcon.
Look at this thing. Look at this shit.
Oh yeah, that
fucking thing.
That's pretty hot.
Look at it. Look at it.
It's beautiful.
Son of a bitch. Anyway, the figures, it comes with Dark Ray, Dev, Jar Jar, Vader, Surfer Luke, and Red Eye 3PO. You may not recognize me with the blue arm.
Right.
So I was hoping there would be a Maul in there, but there is not.
Ah, sad face. I wonder if he's in one of the other sets.
Maybe. That would
anyway,
require more research,
which we won't do live here on the show.
He says, not knowing what I'm doing over here. You don't know what I do over here, Jason, while you're talking and running the show.
Yeah. At what point Sig is trying to figure out, you know, what the hell's going on. The Jedi help him have like a force vision, and in that he senses this temple is on Dagobah. Right, it's the mysterious cave from Dagobah that we've always known and loved, and he feels like that's where this temple is that he's got to, you know, put the cornerstone in and rebuild the galaxy. Also, while he's having that dream, he also envisions himself turning to the dark side with Dev,
right?
Which we don't really see kind of come to fruition at all. So it's just sort of there.
Always in motion and futurist.
Indeed, it is. So then, after all of this, they so yeah, when he was having the vision of himself being like evil and turning to the dark side and all that, like a Jedi Bob, as soon as he said it, is like, well, I'm sure that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not ominous. That's not ominous.
Yeah.
Ominous.
Yeah. Right. And now they're talking about how they need a fast ship to get past this blockade to wherever they're going to go to try to get into the Dagobah caves. And who would show up but the Slave One?
Right.
With Han Solo and Greedo inside.
Right.
And at first you think, oh, Leia's running towards Han to give him a big hug, but nope. She wants that green dick. and she runs up to Greedo.
She's all over that little, the Greedo with that pointy face.
Yep. Goddamn Rhodanians.
Rhodanians, little tongue.
Yep.
His little tongue sticking out.
Yeah. Oh, Scott.
Getting all over Leia.
Yep.
Get to your own species.
And did you notice too?
I almost slipped and said the next part.
Oh God. Thank God you didn't.
Damn it, Chappelle.
So did you notice the Slave One has like fucking Greedo ears on it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, like the it's got pieces
the
of
little cones.
Yeah, the Rhodian face. It's let's see if I can pull it up real quick. But it actually looked pretty funny.
Do yourselves a favor. Do not search on Google Lego Star Wars sets. Don't do it. Do not do that. It is bad.
See, you can't type in Slave One anymore because
slaves are bad.
Yeah, they
can't have slaves.
They changed the name, so I'm not quite sure what to fucking Google. Maybe I'll just bring up the goddamn show on Disney Plus.
Boba Fett's ship.
Yeah,
isn't that what they called it?
Yeah,
they changed it to something like that.
I thought they gave it a name though too.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Somebody calling you? They calling me?
My boss just texted me.
Uh-oh. Oop. Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to show it to you. Share my screen. While Dave's doing his thing over there.
Yeah, share the screen. Do it. Do it.
Where did it go?
I don't know. I'm looking at the screen right now.
No, I'm trying to find it. When you go to share screen, and then there it goes.
Fire spray starship.
Can you see that?
I can, yes.
Yeah, so that's
oh yeah, there. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the like the fucking the Greedo ears or whatever. So and it's green too. I don't know if you noticed that.
The whole thing was green.
So it's like Greedo's face on the Slave One, kinda.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the ears at all.
Yeah, I noticed that the second time I watched it. But everything cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My boss reminded me to send my email.
Yep. And when our heroes are having their side conversation, Sig and Jedi Bob and all that, and they're like, oh man, Leia and all of her, or Leia's really into Greedo and all that. And somebody comes up and says, yeah, Greedo shot his shot first. Could be a lesson to remember.
Again, a little insider, just a little insider stuff.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they take his ship and they're fucking blasting through the blockade, the Greedo Slave One, and they eventually crash land on Dagobah. And Han Solo had the line, I've had softer landings on Star Tours, because every Star Tours scenario ends pretty much with you crashing somewhere.
Yep, shaking the shit out of you.
Yeah. So it's a nice little nod to that.
It just on brand with Lego.
Yes,
making connections to things and bringing people to the to the product.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! So we see the cave, and they go up to it, and come to find out, the cave itself is the temple. When he uses the Force, at first Sig and Bob get there, and he's like, "Well, what do I do?" And Bob just kind of like gives him a look. He's like, "Oh yeah, use the Force." I should have known. And he unearths the big temple that's underneath the mysterious cave, and that's where the cornerstone needs to go. But while they're doing that, fucking strong female noticed that also they're on Dagobah. They're holding a bunch of the rebels prisoner, because she is the one who fucked up, which she mentioned in an earlier episode, and got these people captured. So now she's like, well, I got to fucking set them all free. So while
side quest,
Yes. So side quests while they're getting into the temple. And did you notice, like, it took me a second to realize, but did you notice that the prison outfits that all of these rebels were wearing were the ones from fucking Andor, were the white jumpsuits with like the little like yellow or orange kind of trim on them?
That's why I recognized it.
Yes. Yes, so they were wearing the Andor prison uniforms.
Oh, that's so slick.
Yeah, you had like Yoda in it.
Oh, I get it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I saw that and I'm like, oh man, these guys are good. So yeah, some of the prisoners in there are Yoda, Grievous, who I guess are all good guys with the rebellion.
Right. Although Grievous is pretty ticked off at fucking
old
girl for getting them caught.
Yes. So he's not in a forgiving mood when this starts off. But yeah, they're trying to get these people out of there. Her and fucking Han Solo and Greedo sneak into the slave pit area there. Like catch some of the guards by surprise. They're about to go, but then all of a sudden Han Solo's like, "Nope, I like it here," and shoots off a flare and goes, "I'm the spy."
Yeah. What a dick.
Yeah. So Han Solo was the spy in all of this.
It's all Greedo's fault.
Yes.
Greedo is this fucking
right. And Han actually mentions that a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why he turned his back on them.
Jealous.
Yep.
Jealous of that green.
My penis is so smooth.
Yep. Now, while they're doing that, we go back into the temple with fucking Jedi Bob, Sig, and Dev eventually shows up. And come to find out, Bob's been lying this whole time about what's going on with the universe.
That sounds like the most... Like, that sounds like a Team America, like, Arab name. Bob's been lying. Like, just the way you said it, I'm like, oh, it's Bob's been lying, hanging out with Osama bin Laden? Like, just...
I never made that connection, but that's good.
It wasn't until you said it that I was like, I just heard it that way.
Bob's been lying. You know what that really reminds me of is when Robert De Niro was on SNL and he read the list of suspected terrorists. Did you ever see that sketch? This was back from like not long after 9/11. And it was all about funny. It was like Mabal's Ashari was one of the guys, or Ulik Madik. AKA you Wanna Madik, AKA you Suka Madik.
I do remember they were like in the terminal, like it was like a terminal like thing, like set, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was like he was like the podium at the White House.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking something completely different.
Yeah, and he's reading all these names, and he said that like most of these came from high school and college students all around the country. So thank you. And then it was all these like fake names. He was like Yul Stroketh Al Watch. Ulik Madik. What was the other one? There was a really good one.
Stroketh, I'll watch.
Oh god, no, there was a really, really good one in there.
Oh my god, the childish potty humor.
Al Suka Queer was one of them. Yeah, funny shit. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so go back and rewatch that. Just YouTube SNL Suspected Terrorists. It was a great fucking sketch. Back when, they didn't find anything offensive about this.
No,
they're just making fun of all of these Arab names because they deserved it because they did 9/11.
Right. Fuck those. Fuck those assholes.
Yeah. My God, could you imagine if they tried doing something like that now?
Oh God. Bob's been lying.
Anyway, so yeah, getting back to this. So we've got all kinds of back and forth with fucking Dev and Sig. I didn't take many notes on the details of their conversations. It's basically like, Sig's like, "You're my brother. I need to help you," and Dev's like, "I'm angry." And
shut the fuck up, you stupid asshole.
Yeah, and like, I'm gonna destroy everything. Yeah, and in the process, like he's like, "Fucking, I'm fed up. Fuck you, Sig. I'm just gonna like fucking force break you apart right now." Just like, ugh. And then of course Servo sacrifices himself and jumps in front of.
I still have to build Servo.
I would imagine it's pretty easy because
you say that
when he rebuilds him later. Spoiler alert: Servo gets destroyed by Dev at this point. Later on, when he rebuilds him, you can see like all of the pieces and how they're coming together and everything, and they all look like pretty simple pieces. Now, of course, I know it's a show, but
you can put them together.
I would imagine you should be able to find, maybe except for the feet. You should be able to find everything else you need for that.
The feet are actually just they're little 1x pieces.
Okay.
So it's like a one dot and then an opening.
Okay.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad that I know this. I know how the pieces. I know that. Yeah. It's. Anyway.
We get to a point where Dev's like got Jedi Bob or somebody. He's like about to kill somebody for real. He's like, unless you give me the cornerstone. So fucking Sig finally hands it over. And now, Dev has it and he's like, I'm going to do all the evil stuff. We flash to like his fleet, right? First of all, we see the Mon Calamari Star Destroyers,
right?
Which is great. It's like the nose of the Calamari cruisers with the wings and the top of a Star Destroyer.
Right. It's a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
And then it scrolls up to this big, weird looking ship. Like, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. If it's like taken off of something real or if it's a new thing. But either way, it pans up on the ship and it plays like really dark music as the episode closes. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that ship is, so I don't know why all of the suspense. And I still don't know. I didn't get a chance to look it up or anything. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick, since we're doing everything else live.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why not?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
There you go.
Do it live.
I knew it. Like, I have a drop for that, don't I? Yeah. Yes, I sure do.
Okay, yeah, it's called the Separator, and they actually had a toy of it. Where is it?
Oh, it's a big gray separator.
What
isn't it?
Yeah, but it's got these orange pieces on it too. Like, I don't understand like what it is. Oh, the separator.
Put it up.
If you okay, I'm working on it. Share screen, present.
Do it.
I'm working on it.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
See, can you see that?
You leak medic. Not really.
Oh, okay. But it says in here, the Separator, if you squint through the stars, Darth Dev's command ship would look familiar to any veteran Lego builder. With accents of orange and rectangular silhouettes, the brick-built superweapon is reminiscent of the Separator piece it's named for, a handy tool included in many Lego sets. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So that orange.
So it's literally a Lego separator.
Yeah, the orange piece that's there is a separator.
Right.
It doesn't come with every set. Usually the bigger sets it comes with.
Uh-huh.
But there's actually a Lego separator that is a gray. It's about 3 times the size of that one.
Uh-huh.
Like, so the separator's about yay long.
Uh-huh.
And about that wide.
Yeah.
So the gray one is like tapers to about that wide.
Okay.
So you can use it for larger surfaces.
Okay, so I get it, because now it's like, the separator, the thing that can destroy, stuff. But yeah, I had no idea when I saw it.
It's clever. I like it.
Yeah, so that's like veteran Lego builders are going to get that one.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
Veteran Lego builders who pay more attention than Dave.
Oh, you didn't notice that the first time?
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of episode 3. We get the very ominous shot of the separator ship, which we now know what it does and now what it's all about. So yeah, that's where we end. Now, I didn't take as many notes for the 4th episode. I mean, we'll go through what I have, but so much of the 4th episode was more drama between Dev and Sig, between when, he rebuilt the Finessa, just as Sig would have wanted it.
Right.
And, tried to use that to get him on his side. And there's just a lot of back and forth there, a lot of back and forth at the end when they're fighting. I didn't put any of that stuff in my notes. So just know that there's all kinds of drama between them throughout the episode. And even in the intro where they do the helmet swipe and the logo, it's all like dark now. It's all like an ominous music playing over that instead of the normal
darkness.
Yeah. And then I described it as big weird ship arrives at Finessa and changes Finessa. So yeah, that's what I was calling it at the time.
Big weird ship.
And then of course, while we're
BWS. Yeah, BWS.
Big weird ship.
Yeah.
Okay. We go back to where they're still in the prison with Yoda and Grievous and all of that, and I guess they try the old classic, oh, the prisoner's injured, or he needs medical attention, and then while they're doing that, they get one up on the clones that are there.
Right.
And while that's all going on, fucking strong female sneaks off with Greedo and they steal the fucking Dark Millennium Falcon, which they use later.
Yep.
At some point, too, around this time, the Sith all turn on Dev because, they feel like he's not staying on goal, like he's concentrating too much on Sig and all of that. And they're
he's not following we're supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be doing this. You're not doing that.
Right.
So we're going to, it's like legitimate bad guy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like remarkably, I don't know, accurate.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're supposed to be bad doing bad stuff. We want to keep doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that. So we're it's like pirates.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's like pirates. So they're like they're basically challenging him for like we don't. There's a term for it when pirates call out the captain.
Mutiny.
Mutiny, yeah. But there's another word. I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
It'll come to me in a minute.
All right. I'm sure it will.
Smirking Bear Grizzly Mutiny. It's when they actually like damn it. Fuck me. I can't think of it. God damn it.
Well, while you're looking that up, during all of this, we now have a space battle going on as well. The rebels showed up to fight off Dev's fleet, which had the Mon Calamari destroyers and the like the big separator ship and all that. And of course, they flew in. Even the Jedi flew in with their fucking with their AT-AT sandcrawler. So how that flies, who the hell knows?
Yeah, what the hell is powering that?
Yeah, it looked ridiculous,
but
I think that was the point too.
You don't need to be aerodynamic in space,
right? It looked silly. So they all show up, and now we've got I loved all of these space scenes, by the way. Like anytime they're flying around in space, either having battles or whatever. For some reason, I'm loving all of these scenes. The way that they're rendered and the way they animate them and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
And we get a good X-TIEs versus TIE Wings battle. Which, the hybrids of the two of them.
Right.
Because it's the X-TIEs. No. It's the TIE Wings that are the bad guy's ship, and it's the X-TIEs that are the good guy's ship.
Right.
Try to keep track of that.
Yeah. No. Good luck.
Yep. And then they're all like, "Oh, we got to protect Dev. He's got to get back to the surface or whatever." So Palpatine's like, "Okay, everybody, get behind him and do it.
Do it."
So we get a do it from Palpatine.
Right. And honestly, Palpatine too is like. Still, he's like a grumpy old man,
right? And kind of a little asshole for a Jedi.
He is not like the most cooperative person,
right? Because he was more interested in not helping them and just still hanging out where they are. I mean, like, fuck it, we'll just chill here.
I'm gonna be in my sandcrawler, fucking, drinking blue milk and fuck the rest of the world, which I can appreciate.
Oh yeah. Shit, I lost where I was. Oh. And when it looks like that because Jedi Bob and fucking Sig are trying to get back to Dagobah so they can rebuild because they got the fucking cornerstone back again. so they're being chased by all the Dev's fucking fighters. It looks like they're about to fucking bite it when all of a sudden, boom, you see C-3PO and his golden ship enter.
Right.
And, he's talking his evil C-3PO talk. And then the fucking Ewoks fly in and they start helping out. And come to find out, Luke used a lot of his money to buy.
They're like, who had enough money to pay for this?
Yeah.
For these bounty hunters. And Luke's like, had a fair amount of money.
Yeah, because it was made clear he stocked up on the credits while cheating at pod races on Tatooine.
Yep.
So he made a lot of money doing that, and now he's got a lot of disposable income to help the Empire or the Rebellion.
Apparently.
Yep. We get more Dev and Sig fighting. This time, Sig gets a lightsaber. Jedi Bob hands him his saber to fight off Dev.
Yeah, because apparently Jedi Bob sucks at it.
Right. And he openly admitted to it. And yeah, they have a decent lightsaber fight where Sig is building all kinds of like barriers or things to like platforms to jump on. And basically he's being very creative with the way he's doing the lightsaber battle with Dev.
Avoiding getting the shit knocked out of him.
Yeah. Or killing his own brother.
Right.
And then we're out in the space battle again. Things. And Dev's starting to shoot this fucking massive beam out, this like destroying fucking, ships and everything. And who shows up to save us but strong female in the Dark Falcon? And she shows up and fucking just takes out everything. She takes out the gun that was, blasting everyone. But throughout this, like they killed a lot of characters before she came to the rescue. So like the IG Jedi was killed. Like his ship blew up. I think it was the Ewoks blew up. I can't remember if C-3PO was or not, but a lot of ships were destroyed, and the characters you essentially would think were killed. During that,
nothing really dies in Lego. It just is, turned to pieces.
Now, but I don't know. We'd have to assume that there's some sort of mortality for our heroes, the people. You think that if somebody gets their head cut off, they're not going to be like, oh shit, I got to put myself back together now.
I think it depends on the character.
Okay.
Whether or not if it's one of the protagonists, they probably want that head to get back on. So
sure. But now I know with droids, obviously you can just rebuild them and everything. But with the humans, I don't know. But topic for another day. Dev's still pissed off. He's still fighting Sig. Sig took the that lightning rod that he had, like in the very beginning of the series when he was on Finessa before it changed.
His fucking staff of Ra.
Yeah, his staff of Ra that like during the ion storms would act as the lightning rod and like ground out the fucking the electricity and everything. Well, he has that here as Dev's like shooting fucking force lightning, and he uses that cleverly to dissipate the force lightning or redirect it.
Yeah. Who knew that was going to come into play later?
I know, right? Foreshadowing. So he gets back the stone again.
It's not Rochambeau. Something like that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, basically through a lot more fighting and everything, he gets back to the temple on Dagobah with the cornerstone and returns it. Again, a lot of back and forth between him and Dev and all that, which I'm not going to get into the details, but he eventually fixes it. And we're told now, which I think, did we talk about how the galaxy could never go back to the way it was?
No,
because I was starting to go there and then you sidebarred us with something.
Of course. That's what I do.
Yeah, because come to find out, like the galaxy can never be remade once it was done, because Bob did it once to his own galaxy.
Right.
And he fucked up the cornerstone and it created our prime Star Wars galaxy, which then got destroyed by Sig later on when he took the cornerstone, and now this new galaxy is the prime galaxy in this,
whatever
world.
Version.
Yeah. So yeah, he returned the cornerstone, solidifying that universe or that galaxy, and all kind of ends well for the most part, but we get a scene at the end where fucking Darth Ray and Rose Tico are, they're still doing their own thing. They're like, we want the cornerstone now. Fuck.
Right.
Fuck Dev.
We have a bad guy agenda to follow.
Yeah. Fuck this guy who flaked out on us.
Right.
So, and they go and the last scene is them walking into a dark room, right? And they're talking to somebody, and you can tell it's somebody trying to be Lando, right?
Right.
At least you think in the beginning. He's talking Lando, and then all of a sudden, like it kind of flips, and then it sounds very Mandalorian-like,
right?
Because he's like talking through the helmet, and then come to find out it's the Mandalorian takes off the helmet, and it's Lando. He's the Landalorian.
The Landalorian.
And that's the end.
So one of the things that
oh, and evil Grogu also, because it pans over to Grogu, and he's like got a snarl on his face and looks evil.
I was two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, I was thinking of a parlay, and that's the wrong thing.
So you're still not on the right word.
No, that's the word I was trying to think of, but that word doesn't equate to the same thing I was thinking of. So I'm glad I ran that to ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the pirate dictionary right now for that.
Right.
The second thing is you have you did 4 episodes, and it's not happily ever after.
No.
And I
it's
love
left
that.
open. Yeah.
I love that. I love that the brother is still like, we'll meet again.
Yeah.
Type thing. Like, still alive, goes and fucks off.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they did 4 episodes, and it's not like this just utopian style ending.
Yeah. Well,
for this kid show. It's kind of stays on brand, because it's not always going to be perfect.
Right.
You're not always going to get what you want
mm-hmm.
at the end. And I think that portraying that makes it a better show.
Sure.
At the end. Lastly, for these episodes, you get Dev in the room with like Dark Ray, and that they're like encountering him, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm almost proud, that they're trying to like overtake him." And then he just fucking just is obviously more powerful than them and fucking knocks them across the room.
Yeah.
Which is why you get Ray and Rose.
Yeah.
Going to the Landalorian, which I would love to have been in the writer's room for that.
Right.
Like, you know what we should have? Like, at what stage of the writing did you get to there, and now you're writing everything else just to get to that point?
Right.
Like, we should have the Landalorian. Like, how do we get there? Like, I don't know. We probably need a big fight sequence, and then this guy has to lose,
and
then Landalorian. I love it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see at some point in the middle, while they're fucking making their X-ties and their Ewok Y-wings and all of that, somebody's like, we should do the Landalorian. And then like the record stops. And
like, that could be a whole series.
Yeah.
The Landalorian.
Which, it leaves it open for more episodes, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm sure they did it that way. So if it was a success, which I have no idea if it was or not, then they go back and do more episodes, which, makes me wonder, we should do some research, find out how much these episodes cost to make. Cause I'm thinking they're either like super cheap or kind of expensive. And
I don't know, like it's weird because computer animation used to be something that was so expensive.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Wow. Who knows? In this day and age. I'm trying to think of where we'd even start to look for that.
Yeah. I mean, probably some simple Google searches and
something we don't have time for like while we're here. Even with my as you talk and I fucking drill down to Pirate Glossary.
Are you still looking for that?
No. I'm done.
You've moved on from that at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had the show. I had the Rebuild the Galaxy show on here because I wanted to bring up the fucking window for the thing. I have the Brick Economy website up to find out whether or not there was a mall, which there wasn't.
Sad face.
Yeah. You had Jedi Bob's Starfighter, which had an Akbar and Jedi Bob.
Okay.
With the Gonk droid. You have the Dark Falcon, and then they had the TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup. Those were like the major things that came out for Rebuild the Galaxy.
All right.
But no, sadly, no mall.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll come out with some more toy lines later.
Yeah, if they have a second series, maybe they'll have more stuff. I mean, it is Lego.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. I saw the Jedi Bob again. It's fucking not knowing what the hell this was. It's just who the fuck is Jedi Bob? It's seen it on the shelf for so long. I'm like, the fuck is Jedi Bob? And it's basically Obi-Wan's starship that I already have.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would I buy it? Like, it's just dumb. And now that I have context from this show, I'm like, oh, Jedi Bob. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I did love, speaking of Bob, I did love how he kept, trying to tell people, like, look, I'm not old. Why do you keep calling me so old? Because there's even a scene where Dev refers to him, that old, decrepit Jedi. And
why? I'm not. Just assume that you're old, right?
Right.
So now we need Bob. Real Bob to dress up as Jedi Bob.
Oh, okay.
For Halloween with a Lego lightsaber. And he has to have the Lego lightsaber in his collection.
Right. Which I'm sure he does.
I don't know. Does he?
I would think.
I don't know. I have to find out.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Yeah, because I have the collapsible. I have collapsible Lego lightsabers.
Right, the 3D printed one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that they exist, and I'm sure they have green.
Mm-hmm.
So he just needs like the shiny handle and the green. How you doing? And
yeah,
there you go. Bob's your uncle.
Jedi Bob. All right.
Jedi Bob's your uncle.
I'll try to remember to bring that up. Anyway, so overall, I thought this was a really good series. It was very entertaining. And I would certainly recommend it to anybody. And if the day ever comes where I have grandkids, then this is going to be high on the show list.
Yeah, I agree. It has all the wholesome stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. It was a fun watch. And if they do another series, we'll have to cover it here on the show.
Yeah,
I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, it was fun. I recommend it as well. It's just fun. It's not canon. It's funny. And it's Lego. It's just a pure version of some adult humor and some stuff for the kids to watch. And that's it. It doesn't have to be anything else. And yet it still isn't like so unnaturally good, like good as in like we have to have a happy ending.
Right.
Like it has a natural flow and end that I appreciated. So yeah.
All right. While we were talking about that, something came to my mind to check for tickets for Revenge of the Sith, the re-release. So far, nothing. There's nothing on Fandango, nothing on any of the other websites yet. So,
what are they waiting on?
I don't know. somebody I saw in a comment was saying that it probably wouldn't be until like the first week of April when they start selling the tickets.
I do think I saw something that said 1 April.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep an eye out, but yeah, I don't want to miss out on this either. It's thankfully it's going to be out for a whole week, I guess. But, you know, I want 40X tickets for sure.
Yep.
And also, you know, another local show where
Yep.
we can just see it and get the normal theater experience. If they did it on IMAX, that would be fucking sweet. But I don't know if they're going to do that.
I don't think so. I mean, it wasn't originally filmed
Yeah.
like to that level. What did I see it in?
What, Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Save that for later.
Yeah.
I'll try and unearth those penguins at another time.
Yeah, but that's what we got, you know, coming up here next month.
Oh my
So,
God, I gotta pee! Holy shit!
all right. Well, you can do the reads then,
I'm gonna do the reads.
and then
I'm gonna do them fast
okay,
because the faster I get through the reads, the quicker I can pee.
that's right.
Are we ready?
Yes. What did I do?
I don't know.
I fucked up my StreamYard page. Hold on. If I go out. Oh, okay. I think I'm back. Cancel.
Are we good?
I think so.
Are we still there?
Yes.
Chat, verify.
Yes, we're there.
All right. So, ATSW family happenings on Wednesday. ATSW Escape Pod will be freeballing. In fact, freeballing is the new norm. I think we talked about that.
Yep.
I do believe I even sang a song about it.
Mhm.
Wrote a song about it. When here it goes. Oh,
Doo-doo.
I'm free, free balling, and I'm free, free balling.
Look at that, guys. You don't even need your own theme song. You just cut that out right there.
Yeah.
Boom. You got your theme song.
Free. You can do the backup vocals. Free balling.
And now I'm free balling.
Free
Free
balling.
balling. Now I'm free balling.
So sidebar. I'm doing this.
Ventura Boulevard.
I'm doing my old iPod Nano. I think I talked about it last week, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my old iPod Nano plugged into the car.
Right.
So, and I'm just like shuffling through it.
Yeah,
you know,
just to hear what you got on it.
Yeah, and the drive-in. It's got 669 songs on it.
Nice.
Of such a weird number.
Yeah.
And it's very eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
And I really have to find out when's the last time I actually put music on it.
Right.
But it's strange that, like, I could be listening to, Duel of the Fates, and then it'll go to, like, Pantera, Mouthful of War.
Right.
And then it'll go to Beach Boys, and it'll go to, it's like that kind of random.
Yeah.
Like, then it'll Dropkick Murphys, and it's everywhere. It's all over the fucking place. It's it's a schizophrenic fucking playlist. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, no, songs that you have to sing, right? So you know how Cartman, when he hears the
Stick song.
Right.
Come Sail Away.
I'm sailing away.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I have that one is on that iPod.
The Cartman version?
Cartman version, yeah, because it's from Chef Aid.
Yep, I remember that.
So I was listening to that, and it made me think of like, all right, what song do I have a song like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like where I'm like almost forced to sing it
right
out loud. And I have a lot of songs I know the words to, but not that I'll have to sing out loud.
Uh-huh.
And then it came on today. The song that I have to sing out loud.
Which is what?
It's Dave. You knew it when you started the story. Oh my God. Seriously?
The song that you can sing to.
It starts out with long, long time ago.
Oh, fucking
I can still remember American
Pie, yeah.
Whenever that comes on, I have to listen to it in its entirety
and
sing the entire thing.
Wow. Okay.
And the irony of that, and the reason why that is, so back in 2002, right, I was out in Seattle for the 7.5 maintenance school.
Yep.
And we were staying in these suites, and we were gone for what? It was like almost 3 months. It was the whole summer. And across from the suite I was in, like the next suite across from me, had they were a couple from New Zealand, and older couple, like probably in their mid-60s, and they flew for Polynesian Air. Like the guy was the pilot, like he was basically an evaluator pilot, and so Polynesian flew people up to Boeing to fly in the simulator, and he just basically sat in the simulator and stayed in Seattle for like fucking months.
Okay.
And then did all their checks, and then they would fly out. So he was basically my neighbor for all intents and purposes. And he like they drank wine and fucking like had little get-togethers with other people in the hotel, and they were a lovely couple. And they loved that song,
American Pie.
Yeah, and so they would sing it constantly.
Wow.
And you know, you'd crack that trip is where like I wasn't a beer drinker until that trip. And so Kenny McMillan was out there with me, and he's like, we were ripping through 30 packs a night. And you know, I could get a bunch of Coors Lights in me, and I would just start singing with them.
Right.
So it got to the point where like, okay, this is the end of the evening, and we're gonna have a rousing rendition of American Pie, and that's just how it was. And it's just, so it was like 2 months straight of drinking with these Kiwis and singing American Pie. Nice. So now anytime I hear it, it immediately starts.
Right.
And I have to sing it. So that's my Cartman song. I have to sing it.
Wow.
If I hear it.
That's cool.
And I heard it on the way in here today. So anyway, yeah.
Very good.
Anyway, free balling is the new norm.
Oh, God.
Along with the latest in sports, video games, and movie time, join Dino Snooch, Brady Big Lovin', and Dragon Buddy in the live chat at 19:05, 7:05 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Yes, that American Pie. Thursday. Wow, that was loud. Alan and DB continue Cage Month with 2021 action horror Willy's Wonder.
Who in DB?
Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I don't know. I don't know what you said, but it didn't sound like Alan.
I said Alan. Alan and DB.
All right.
Continue Cage Month. Oh, Cage Month. Willy's Wonder starring none other than Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
Cage Month.
It's all making sense
right
now.
Willy's Wonder.
My penis is so smooth.
It just sounds bad.
Yeah.
First, you need to view it for free on Tubi. Then catch the review at Grave Reviews on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We need to change that. It says Eastern Standard on here, but we need to fix it.
No, you know what? Fuck daylight savings. We're gonna keep it the way it is.
No. Accuracy is important. God, otherwise I'll go insane. I'll go more insane.
Right.
Than I already am. Why is my notes not scrolling up? Oh, here we go. There it goes. Hey, here it is. Big Swedes metal band Till the End just performed in Budapest this past Friday for their first show. Shot a music video while there and released their full EP, Dark Kings. Follow Big Swede at both Swede Studios and Till the End on YouTube and the socials. And the album, we actually, when we logged in today, saw the album on YouTube. And I know it's also on Spotify.
Okay.
And unfortunately, like Nick was saying, he said that you get hardly anything from Spotify when, it doesn't matter like what they're playing.
Yeah.
Like you're getting like fractions of a penny.
Mm-hmm.
For it doesn't matter how many plays they get. So it's unfortunate, but it's exposure.
Yeah. They got to get on Apple.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want one of those CDs, Swede.
Yeah. I happened to get one of the CDs before they left for Budapest.
Yeah.
So color me important. And it's in my desk at work, safely tucked away. But yeah, get on their socials till the end. You'll see a bunch of their stuff from the concert, and give them a follow. It's our kind of our rock star. I may have committed us to having him on the show for like a premiere.
Just Nick or the whole band?
No, I mean we'll take the band, right? Although I don't think it would be the band, but I think he was talking about having a video ready.
Okay.
At some point, and I was like, yeah, come on the show and we'll do like a thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do a music episode and
yeah. So maybe that's happening.
All right.
I may have committed us to that.
All right.
I don't remember.
It's all right. We always need show topics, so
yeah. And we have a rock star who can also speak to Star Wars. So even if we're doing Star Wars, and
yep,
it'll work itself out. Go follow them till the end. Layman's Terms released Free Ballin', Big Coconut Ballin' this past Friday.
Everybody's free balling lately.
Yeah. It's pretty white and nerdy, perfect for us Gen Xers. Check it out on Layman's Terms on YouTube. Coconut milk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that coconut milk in cereal would be good?
I don't know if I've ever had coconut milk. I have almond milk all the time, and I do have that in cereal all the time.
Almond milk has gotten to a point where if I can eat almonds, but if I have almond milk in like cereal, it turns my digestive system into a fucking sluice.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah, it basically does the same thing that milk does. So I'm like, one's out of a teat, the other one's not.
Right.
What the fuck? So now I can't eat cereal because I need to have something in it.
Right.
So what do I put in it? And I was thinking maybe coconut milk.
Yeah, worth a shot, I guess.
What do you think, chat? Coconut milk and cereal is really good with healthy cereals.
What about unhealthy cereals?
Yeah, healthy cereals are not. Lucky Charms is gluten-free.
Really?
Yes. So I want to eat Lucky Charms. And I want to have... you can't eat it dry, and you can't like...
No.
What about cereal? What time is it? We got time.
Yeah.
What about cereal makes it so that you have to have fucking milk in it?
Well, that's a good
Not
question.
fucking milk, but like milk.
Yeah.
Or a milk-like substance.
Yeah.
But fucking not water.
Fucking milk is a whole different substance.
My penis is so smooth.
It's not just making it wet.
Right.
It has to be.
It's got to have something.
Milk-like substance.
Yeah, because you can't do water. You can't pour water into fucking cereal. That would be disgusting.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I've tried it. It's awful. Because I've been desperate.
And I mean, eating cereal raw is okay, depending on the cereal, but still, there's something about like getting a big bowl of fucking cereal and dipping milk in it.
Yeah, I mean, like Golden Grams, like.
Oh, Golden Grams.
Yeah, I haven't had Golden Grams in years.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah. I used to. Oh man, cereal is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because most cereal is just so god awful for you.
Yeah.
But I every once in a while I just want like, hey, it's later. I just want to have a bowl of cereal, and I don't have anything to put in it. Like I got shelf stable almond milk because I was thinking maybe it's just like because I don't want to get a half gallon of it and just fucking use a little bit of it, and then like I've tried every variation of like almond milk. I don't think I've tried oat milk, but I don't know if oat milk's gluten free.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
And yeah, another thing without fucking teats.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what the hell is oat milk? Like I can see almond milk, them just like crushing the shit out of almonds and then just like mixing it with water and that being the almond milk. But would you crush oats into a powder and then fucking pour water into them?
Yeah, isn't that oatmeal at that point?
Kinda. Be a very thin oatmeal.
I mean, I can make oatmeal if I would just wanted that.
Right.
And
so that's not bad.
Regular oatmeal, like if you get the plain old like can, the big can of oatmeal, like that's gluten free. But the stuff that you get the little instant packs is not gluten free.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so fucking random.
Oh, it's just because of the sugars they put into them?
Sugar has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
It's whatever concoction that is in there for the things. Like raw oats apparently is good.
Yeah.
But that instant stuff, verboten.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just... Anyway, I think I'm going to need to procure some coconut milk and try it.
Yeah.
And potentially some oat milk.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, right?
Oat milk tastes like oatmeal water, but it's creamy, so it works. But what do they make it creamy with?
I know, right?
My penis is so smooth.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, layman's terms, free balling, big coconut balling. That's how we got on that subject.
Milk.
That's how we got there. The Orange and Vet Show released episode 137, Captain America: Brave New World.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks. In a row?
I like that I was able to just bang right into that fucking button. I enjoyed that.
My penis is so smooth.
Find them on Spotify. Captain America: Brave New World. That's the one with Harrison Ford. That's the newest one. Why is Harrison Ford in this movie? Like, it seems excessive.
I don't know. Apparently he's going to make movies until he dies, much like Kathleen Kennedy.
He is, it's not the first time he's played the president. So
yeah. Get off my plane.
Yeah. It's sidebarring from that. The scene where it gets in like the Apollo capsule and like comes out of the back of the fucking Air Force One.
Totally logical.
Yeah. Can you imagine how fucking heavy that would be?
Quite.
Try and run the CG for a fucking space capsule on the fucking aft side of this, and then like, anyway, you think Star Wars physics is bad? It's just like, anyway. You can find us at bio.links try this again. You can find us at bio.links / the Sidebar Cantina, where you can find links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcasts on Apple, Audible, Spotify, and all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Join the Discord server. Once you get to the bio link, simply click the symbols under our pic to go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our Spotify mixtape playlists. Also under bio link is a TeePublic merch shop. Somebody just bought a t-shirt.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I randomly saw that somebody bought a t-shirt. I was like, hey, look at that.
Do you know which one?
The OG.
Okay, Sidebar Cantina.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I couldn't see who bought it, but somebody bought one.
Ooh.
So very cool. And the irony is, as I talk about this, one of the other people, somebody else that I follow, one of the other people, it's weird. Somebody else I follow on YouTube, they have a merch store that is linked like on their YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually like, the shop is on their YouTube page.
Oh.
So it's very convenient.
Where you can browse for stuff.
Yeah.
Right there in.
Right there on the YouTube page.
Oh.
So I'm kind of looking into that. So there may be a slight pivot away from the TeePublic.
Okay.
So more to follow on that. I was working on it a little bit last night, and then I finished my dinner and moved on to something else. So yeah, more to follow.
Okay.
But I like that idea. I like the idea of it like being right there on YouTube, because I think it would be better. As good as TeePublic can be, when you go to the site, sometimes it's hard to get to us.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that before. Yeah.
And the back end of it isn't great either. But hey, thank you for supporting us. If you're buying stuff from the merch shop, especially that person recently. You can choose from 7 designs currently. Everything from t-shirts to hoodies to tote bags and phone cases and exclusive stickers and pins and wall art to magnets and notebooks and laptop cases and pillows and about anything you can imagine. Nothing says loving like a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to buy.link/Sidebar Cantina.
I just saw our pillow today too.
And click merch. I would hope so. I mean, it should be something that you...
It's in my bedroom.
I would expect nothing less.
I still can't believe somebody gave us 1 fucking star on Apple. That pisses me off. 1 star. Come on. Be a little more constructive. Give us like 3 and some criticisms. You know? Why you gotta go straight to 1?
At least they left a review.
I guess.
What was that? That was recently, wasn't it?
No, it was a couple years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's probably somebody else you did a podcast with that just was like just hating.
Yeah.
So I take a note in the reviews.
Sorry, no new reviews.
Oh my god, this is the best. This is the best. I look up and Jason is going down on the microphone, like just like just, and it not even like I looked at it and
I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember Home Movies, that cartoon that John made you watch?
Yes.
There's a sequence where Coach McGurk is like chewing on stuff, and that's exactly what that reminded me of. It's not even the fact that you were like going down on it; it was the fact that you looked like McGurk like chewing on it, and that's what made it more funny. Anyway, we should do it. We should do an episode on home movies.
Yeah, I'd have to actually watch some episodes.
Yeah, just to make you suffer through it.
Well, it can't be that bad if you guys loved it so much.
Oh man, it's so fucking funny. 5-star review. Don't have an Apple or Audible account. Facebook page of review feature 2. Just screenshot your review and hit done on DM us a pic on Instagram or Twitter. Name and address. Catch us on Spotify. Click those stars. I've been actively trying to get more stuff out on the Facebook, like the straight up Facebook page, as opposed to just the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to remember to check the Facebook page. Hopefully it's some of the
that'd be wise.
The gonculating is happening and getting people on it.
Gonculating.
Yeah. If you are listening to us on audio, please consider joining us in the live chat. On Mondays, the chat is most definitely where it's at. If you are new to the sidebar, please subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notifications when we go live, which would be Monday nights for all of my family that are listening. Just assume that it's Monday night from 5 to 7:30-ish.
No, that's pretty much the hours that we said, 5 to 7:30. So,
yep. Eastern time, standard or daylight.
Fuck daylight savings.
Sidebar. Please subscribe, ding that bell. Select all to receive notifications when we go live. Remember to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And also remember to support our Patreon supporters. No. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, because you are the reason why we do this.
Fucking right.
And that's it. If I don't pee soon, I'm going to die.
All right, so we're going to close it out then with that. Thank you, Dave, for all of your normal insights. Thank you to the listeners and the YouTube viewers. And until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Jeez, that's awful. Okay, now what do I click? All right, Oh, fuck me. Ow.
Oh, my God. You're going to watch Dave piss himself in the after show. God, it's pitch black out again. Daylight savings? Daylight savings my ass. Anyway, that's that, guys. Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you, Kelly. Saw you driving the chat most of the night. Your hard work is always appreciated. And until the next week, which we didn't say what our next episode is because we don't know yet. But when we do, we'll let you know. Till then, bye-bye.